The Treaty of Versailles was a treaty negotiated between January and June 1919 in Paris. It was written by the Allies with almost no participation by the Germans. It was used to determine the punishment delivered to Germany for their actions during World War I. The Paris Peace Conference was held in the Hall of Mirrors in Versailles.
This is our last destination. This is the Hall of Mirrors where we will be having the Paris Peace Conference.
Whoa, look at all these mirrors.
You can see the ancient mirrors. These are over 500 years old.
Whoa.
They're an optical illusion and they allow perfect reflection of 90 degrees.
And was attended by 27 countries. It was overseen by 4 main representatives. These were David Lloyd George from Britain, George Clemenceau from France, Vittorio Emanuele Orlando from Italy, and Thomas Woodrow Wilson from the US of A.
Hello there, I'm David Lloyd George. I'm from Britain, the greatest country in the world. In fact, the greatest empire ever created. Those French bastards want to punish the Germans until they're on their knees crying. Well, I'll have none of that. We want to punish them, but we still want them to have a decent economy so that we can trade with them. We don't want to be too nice like that idiot Woodrow Wilson, but we don't want to be too mean like those French. We want to make everyone happy.
Je m'appelle Georges Clemenceau. I believe that the Germans deserve punishment, but I think we are very respectable towards them, you know? We have a respect for the Germans. I hate the Germans, I can't take it anymore. I hate the Germans.
My name is Vittorio Emanuele Orlando.
Non posso sopportare queste persone perché non capiscono la mia lingua.
What?
Et cheese et les baguettes. Oh, très bon.
British.
Ciao amici miei, posso unirti alla tua conversazione?
No one can understand you. Britain!
French Prime Minister George Clemenceau dubbed Vittorio Emanuele Orlando the Weeper, and Orlando himself recalled proudly, "When I knew that they would not give us what we were entitled to, I writhed on the floor. I knocked my head against the wall. I cried. I wanted to die."
My name's Thomas Woodrow Wilson. I'm the 28th President of the United States of America. You know what? I feel real bad for the Germans. We should just be nice to them, because they didn't do anything wrong. They're so nice, and I feel like everyone should just be friends around here all the time. You know what I mean?
Speak up this chair, you German tomato man again.
Sorry.
Britain lost 750,000 soldiers, and 1,500,000 soldiers were wounded. France lost 1,400,000 soldiers, 2,500,000 were wounded. Italy lost 600,000. America lost 116,000. So it makes sense why America suddenly became hippie buddies with Germany, and France wanted Germany to burn in hell. Both went to extremes in the opposite direction.
I think the Germans should have no army at all. No army. They should pay for all the costs, and we don't drive them back.
What are you, crazy boy? I think we should be nice to the Germans, because they're the nicest people alive, and everyone's having fun times. Here's 14 reasons why.
Wilson had 14 points as recommendations for world peace. They are simplified and as follows. No government secrets of any kind. Freedom of sea navigation. Complete equality of trade conditions among nations. Reduce armies to the smallest amount possible without being completely undefended. All colonies to be governed under the interest of the colonials. The evacuation of all Russian territory. The evacuation and restoration of Belgium. All French territory that was invaded by Prussia be freed. Italy to have clearly recognizable lines of nationality. Austria-Hungary should have the complete freedom for autonomous development, the evacuation of Romania, Serbia, and Montenegro, the restoration of occupied territories, and free and secure access across the sea for Serbia, the Ottoman Empire to be given an opportunity for autonomous development, and the Dardanelles be permanently opened, the formation of an independent Polish state, and, last but not least, the formation of an association of nations. All nations must deal collectively with any threat to peace.
I'm Britain, and I think we need a compromise between France and America. I am not compromised.
The terms of the treaty can be divided into three groups.
Territorial.
Financial.
Military.
Germany, welcome!
Hello.
We've been expecting you.
Okay.
So this is our treaty and agreement for everything that has gone on during World War I. And all you have to do is sign the pile of papers saying you simply agree.
Just bringing my chair.
Britain, France, good to see you.
Sign the paper.
We shoot.
In many ways, the Treaty of Versailles sparked World War II. Germany was extremely unsatisfied with the treaty and slowly undid it in secret through politicians and out in the open by Adolf Hitler himself. Germany would then have to pay money amounting to 132 billion gold marks, or, in nowadays money, 118 billion Canadian dollars. Germany was not allowed to join the League of Nations. It also had to take the shame from the other countries by taking responsibility for all of the damage caused in the war. After that, the German army was restricted to 100,000 men. They were only allowed to have 6 battleships, no submarines, and they were not allowed to have an air force. The Rhineland, which France wanted, was demilitarized. This meant that the German army was not allowed to go into Rhineland with their army at all. Germany was not at all invited to the negotiations of the Treaty of Versailles. On the final day, the day that they signed the treaty, Germany was invited. They were brought into the Hall of Mirrors, shown the treaty, and were forced to sign it. They had no say in what they lost, no way to prevent against the downfall of their country. It was that day that the Paris Peace Conference came to a conclusion. Germany had officially lost the war. In the end, Germany lost Alsace-Lorraine, which was returned to France. Germany was forbidden to unite with Austria. The Polish corridor was given to Poland after being stripped from the Germans, and the Saar, which had rich coal fields, was given to France for 15 years. All of the German colonies were split up between the French and the British. Because of the war, Germany went extremely into debt. Germany decided to print new money to pay what they owed, and, as a result, hyperinflation started in Germany. Because of this, $1 US ended up as the equivalent of 1 trillion paper marks in Germany. This became such a problem that the paper that the money was printed on was worth more than the value of the paper mark.